Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my live stream. We will be working on chin stand today, so I'm really excited. If you don't know what chin stand is, that's okay. After my class today, I will be doing a tutorial on chin stand and some different poses or some different ways that you can work on it. Maybe I'll fit it into the 30-minute flow. I'm not really sure. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining. So you guys, I've got my phone here, and so this is me right there, and then I've got everybody joining on Periscope. Hey Adrian, thanks so much for jumping on. And so I'm also on YouTube and Facebook, my Facebook business page. So if you hear me chatting or anything, it's because I'm trying to answer questions that people put on Periscope. So feel free to ask me questions because it will help everybody that is watching. If you guys are new to me, hello, my name is Crystal Gray. Make sure you see this little thing over here on the side. It says Yoga Goddess Collective. If you are a lady and you are interested in yoga or meditation, mantras, mudras, all sorts of that kind of stuff, make sure that you find that Facebook group and join that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on chin stand. So we'll start by just getting our bodies ready, and we won't do a lot of like seated warm-ups. In an hour-long class or longer, yes, we would do seated warm-ups, kind of build up that way, but I'm trying to do these in about 30 minutes. So we will just start by standing and starting to flow, but feel free after the practice to do a lot more seated postures just to kind of really close it down and bring down the energy and calm your nervous system a little bit more. So the active flow really helps to get rid of the nervous energy, but you want to make sure you balance it out with a little bit more gentle practice, meditation, things like that. All right? Okay, so go ahead and come up to the front of your mat in Tadasana. This is called standing mountain pose. You can bring your big toes together to touch and have your heels, they can be together or they can be a couple inches apart. All right. Thank you so much for the hearts on Periscope. As you exhale, ground down into the feet. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. So let's take a few breaths here, really making sure we get connected to the breath before we start flowing through our practice. If you know Ujjayi breath, you can begin with that. So you're valving the back of the throat so that you make the sound kind of like the ocean. It sounds like waves coming in and out. Make sure that the sound is not coming from the nose because that can actually really drain your energy and make you tired. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about with Ujjayi breath, don't worry about it. Just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Getting centered, getting connected to the present moment by focusing on the breath. All right, so exhale, ground down into the feet. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, big stretch, palms touch. Bend your knees slightly. Exhale, fold, tip your pelvis, let your head hang. Inhale, come halfway up to monkey pose. Please share this on Periscope if you haven't yet. Exhale, fold over the legs. Squeeze the legs together, look out in front of you. Inhale, come up with a flat back, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. So just warming up the body a little bit before we flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. We're bending the knees so that you can tip the pelvis, let the head hang. Inhale, come up halfway, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, squeeze the legs together. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. So Adrian, my friend on Periscope, just said that she led a really amazing meditation in the Yoga Goddess Collective on Facebook. So again, ladies, make sure you join there. All right, let's start to flow a little bit. Ground down, inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, fold, let the head hang loose. Hey Sage, how are you, bud? Inhale, come halfway up, monkey pose. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, push forward with the toes. Exhale, lower with or without the knees. Squeeze the elbows in. Chest lands at the same time as the belly. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, draw the chest forward and up, shoulders away from the ears. Engage the abs. Exhale, slowly lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Let your head hang. Okay, so here you want to roll the shoulders away from each other and then roll the forearms in. Squeeze the shoulders into the joints. Keep the knuckles pushing down into the mat. Walk the dog here, bending and straightening the alternate legs. All right, now inhale, come forward to plank. Bring your knees down. Now we'll lower on the exhale, knees, chest, chin. So instead of being more in a plank like this, you will bring the knees in a little bit more. Lower down, you will arch the back, knees, chest, chin, draw the shoulders back. Lower down, inhale, chest forward and up. Exhale, hips up and back. Bring the feet in a couple inches, big toes can touch, bend the knees. Now we'll practice 3 jumps. So you can inhale, look forward at the end of the exhale. Maybe it'll be a little jump, maybe a little bit bigger. So let's do a couple more. Inhale, look forward, into the exhale, hop. One more. And then you can jump or walk forward. Inhale, lengthen, decompress the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Squeeze the legs together, look out in front of you. Inhale, come all the way up, bring the pelvis into neutral. Exhale, hands to the heart. So you might want to take a couple cleansing breaths just to let go of any of that energy you're working up to the surface. Ground down, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, monkey pose. Bend your knees, exhale, step back to plank. Push forward, knees down. Lower, knees, chest, chin. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, engage the abs, hips up and back. So you can always take cleansing breaths, then come back to your Ujjayi breath. Okay, let's come down to the hands and knees, and we'll move into puppy dog pose, opening up the upper back and the chest. So keep the hips right above the knees. So we're not going to come forward like this. We're not going to sit back, okay? Hips right above the knees. Start to come down, bringing your forehead down to the ground. Trying to melt your chest down towards the ground. Eventually, chin can come to the ground. This is a really huge back bend, obviously, so this might take you a couple years. Now engage your abs and then slowly come up, walk the hands back in, knuckles down, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look at your knees, make sure that they're not turning in or turning out. Okay, bring your big toes together to touch and lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hips a little bit. Let's inhale and then exhale, round the back, bring your knee towards your nose, place the foot in between the hands. Okay, inhale, rise up, bend your back knee, puff up the lower back, palms touch. Holding here, Crescent Warrior. As you exhale, bring your hands down, bring your back knee down. Keep your left hand down, walk your right foot over, right hand onto the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Push off of your right leg. You can stay there, or right arm can go up. Exhale, downward facing dog or 3-legged down dog. You can move through your vinyasa like this. So inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Once your belly comes down, bring both legs down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, left leg up and back, open the hips. Exhale, round the back, bring it through, low lunge. Bring your back knee down. Actually, sorry, keep your back knee up. Inhale, come up. Bend the back knee, puff up the low back, navel to spine. Hold here, palms touch. Crescent Warrior, make sure you breathe. And on your exhale, both hands down, back knee down. Walk your left foot over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist, pushing off of the left knee. Stay here or left arm up. And release, come back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg straight up and back. Inhale, come forward, 3-legged plank. Exhale, lower. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up. Exhale, hips up and back. Let's hold here. Roll the shoulders away from each other. Roll the forearms in. Let your head hang loose. Okay, big toes touch. Inhale, bring your right leg straight up and back. Exhale, bring it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Now exhale, you can bring your left hand to your right knee, hold here, or come to prayer. Cross your left tricep over the right leg, palms touch, pushing the right shoulder back. Push your left heel back, right knee forward, hold here and breathe. If you can't breathe, back out of it a little bit. Try to push the palms together so much that they come towards the center of the chest. Okay, and release. You can lift that leg straight up and back. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale lower, uncurl the toes. Inhale chest forward and up. Exhale hips up and back. Inhale left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it through low lunge. Inhale, rise up, keep your back heel lifted. Exhale, twist. You can bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee or cross it all the way over, palms touch. Push the palms together, roll the top shoulder back. So push your back heel back, front knee forward, keep the hips square, breathe. And release. Lift the left leg straight up and back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up. Exhale, hips up and back. Let's hold here in downward facing dog for a few breaths. All right, now come down to the hands and knees. If you have a blanket, you can put your knees on that. If you have blocks, you can feel free to use these blocks. Curl the toes under, place the blocks by the heels. Okay, bring your pelvis into neutral. So that just means that your booty's not popping out. You don't want your tailbone tucking under. It's just neutral. So the front hip bones are even to the back hip bones. Do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you can bring the right hand to the right block. Try to square off your shoulders or off your chest. You can keep your chin tucked a little bit or let it hang back. Use your abs. Inhale, come up. Big shoulder roll. Exhale, let's go to the other side. So you want to try not to dump into the low back and then just lean back from the low back. You really want the low back to be nice and long, and then you're really bending from the mid and upper back. This is camel pose. Eventually both hands can come down. Use your abs. Inhale, come up. Uncurl the toes. Exhale, you can sit back. Okay, so you can just sit and watch while we go into chin stand while I demonstrate. And I'll give you a couple different variations too. What we'll do first is we'll use the blocks, if you have blocks. If not, it's okay. But otherwise, the blocks are here and they're about like a block apart. So pretend that there's a block in between and then the block would go here. That's for this part of your chest to be. Okay, and then the hands would go right here in front of the blocks. Okay, so from plank, you can push forward, bring your knees down, lower down. So then the shoulders would land on the blocks. Chin would come down. Now you can walk your knees in. And then this would be the first variation, just to lift one leg. And the other leg. Okay, maybe lift the first leg again, and then you'll bring the bottom foot to the quad. That's another variation. And switch sides. It's not going to be very graceful doing this and switching and coming in and out of the pose. Whew, you can come out and just take a break. Do a couple shoulder rolls. Okay, now I'll show you full chin stand, but I definitely do not expect you to do this today. I would highly recommend to do it up against a wall, okay, and keep using those blocks. You can keep using the blocks, and then your feet would go up the wall, okay, but I'm going to demonstrate it without the wall. So you squeeze the elbows in just like what you would do for a Chaturanga. Chin down. Seeming harder today. Okay, so that's chin stand. It's super challenging. It shouldn't really be putting any pressure on the neck. You don't want the neck to be like this. Okay, you really want the neck to be long, and you want the shoulders to be plugged in. Hey Aya, thank you so much for joining. So again, that's chin stand. I'll demonstrate one more. I do not recommend that you practice it this way. I'll turn the camera so that you can watch me practice it at the wall. But this is what it could look like eventually. And I'm kind of supporting myself on my elbows a little bit, okay? All right, so that's chin stand. Let me move my little setup towards the wall because I do have time to show you. And I'll move you guys so that you can see me. All right, let's see here. There, you just got to see my studio. Okay. So this is what I would do here. I would put the blocks down. Okay, I want to make sure that you can see the blocks, so I'm just going to scoot you back a little bit so you can see the blocks. Okay, so you see my mat? So this is how I would recommend you practice it at home. You've got the blocks here. They're about a block width apart. You bring your hands down, shoulders onto the blocks, chin onto the floor. Bring one leg up, then the other leg up. And breathe, of course. So that's a really good place to practice chin stand. That's what I would highly suggest. Please be very, very careful. If you're new to yoga, this is probably not the best pose for you to be doing right now. What you can be doing if you're newer is you can practice your Chaturanga. So maybe you're in plank. Okay, push your blocks up to the front. You want to make sure your fingers are flat and spread apart behind the blocks. You don't want them to be all crunched up. Okay, so hands are right behind the blocks. Plank, push forward. You can lower the knees, lower down, rest the shoulders onto the blocks. This will be really good for your abs, navel to spine, tuck the tailbone. Okay, so that's what I would suggest to practice for now. If you're a beginner, practice that. And also just keep doing your back bends, okay? So let's go ahead and just slow it down for a few minutes. Coming here in Sukhasana, you can pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. And just start to breathe. Taking a couple cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And close the eyes. And once you feel comfortable breathing in through the nose, start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And let your exhales get longer and longer. Okay, and then keep your right leg in and extend your left leg out. Turn out over that left leg so that your hips are square. Do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And you might want to bend the knee at first. And then exhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Hands could be on either side of the leg. Okay, so inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Tuck your chin slightly and hold here. Or reaching your chest towards your big toe. You don't need to try to get your head to your knee, okay? And breathe. And slowly come up, and then keep the knee in, but just open it up a little bit more into a straddle. Bring your left hand to the left leg. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, reach over. Keep your chest open. You can hold on to your head, and then just twist so that your chest is open. Relax the face. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Inhale, come up, reach your top arm up. Exhale, let that arm come down and switch it out. Okay, so first, will be square hips towards the right leg. Big shoulder roll, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. So it's like you're trying to stick your booty out, okay? You don't want to come into forward folds with the back rounded with the tailbone tucked under. So tilt the pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Reach your chest towards your big toe. Drop your, or tuck your chin slightly to lengthen the neck and breathe here. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're watching anywhere, then you can just find me on YouTube, subscribe there. Also like my Facebook business page. And for the Yoga Goddess Collective, which is in my sidebar there, Just click on the link in my bio on Periscope. It'll bring you there. Otherwise, on Facebook, just search for it. Just search for Yoga Goddess Collective. There is really amazing things happening in there, and there's more teachers in there than just me. There's a lot of teachers coming. Okay, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, reach out over that right leg. You can hold on to the head. Open the chest. Breathe here. Let the face relax. And then slowly come up. Inhale, reach your top arm up. Exhale, let it come down. Bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. I'll turn a little bit sideways so you can see here. Hold on to the ankles. Inhale, sit up tall. So notice how my booty's kind of sticking out a little bit. You don't want to go into it again with the tailbone tucking, so you can always sit up on something to lift a little bit higher. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Tucking the chin slightly to lengthen the neck. Keep thinking about reaching your chest forward instead of bringing the head down. Notice the difference in my spine. And then on your inhale, come up. And then exhale, cross your legs. Put your non-dominant leg in front. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. And we'll close just with a few breaths here. Notice how you feel after your practice. If you want to do a couple more seated forward folds or lay back and do a twist, that would be great. And then do a 5 to 10 minute Shavasana. But for now, we'll close our time together with one Om. So circle your hands together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Ah.